So whales are back. There's a lot to dig into. We're going to cover everything you need to know about Cardano, ADA, and what to expect next. We're going to look at price predictions, new milestones, and much more. Let's go. So we're going to start here on coin market cap. The total market cap of crypto globally is down 0.75% at the time of recording. And the market cap sits at $3.55 trillion with Bitcoin at $105,022.29, down 1.12% in the past 24 hours. We're here to talk about Cardano. It's sat at 58 cent 22, down 1.19% in the past 24 hours. The fear and greed index is at 31, so still in fear. And there's no sign of altcoin season just yet, at least according to the metrics on coin market cap. Now, I do want to illustrate that I am still very bullish on Cardano ADA, and there's some really cool stuff surrounding Grayscale, price predictions, and there's still so much on the horizon for Cardano ADA. For me, it's a super exciting time to be invested in Cardano ADA. So ADA price prediction, Grayscale shills Cardano as the next big move, builds up. So again, just really interesting stuff. Grayscale shilling Cardano, and yeah, look, really interesting, right? Flexible, scalable, now solid ADA pick. This is the Grayscale tweet here. Let's see if we can bring it up on the screen. Just wait for that to load up. Obviously, you've got the Cardano logo there. So yeah, flexible, scalable, now solid ADA. And I think that that is a really big, statement to be making from such a big institution. Exciting times. And there's still people out there that, are perhaps concerned, worried, and, have, I guess, some real big concerns over, the future price predictions and stuff like that. So yeah, look, it's rather interesting, but there's a lot of people talking about, reasonable expectations. They're talking about much lower price targets. I mean, we're talking about like Cardano ADA reclaiming $1, which I think is inevitable. Obviously, just my opinion. I'm not a financial advisor, so treat everything I say with a pinch of salt. Do your own research. Never invest more than you're willing to lose, because you do risk losing all of your money if you invest in cryptocurrency. So yeah, go speak to a financial advisor. That isn't me. Treat this purely as entertainment purposes only. But look, I think this is a really big statement from, Grayscale. I think that it's going to definitely go some way to, I guess, convincing, hedge funds, family offices and stuff like that to get involved. Now, I've mentioned quite a few times that I think that the next really big catalyst for Cardano ADA is going to be the spot ETF. And I think when that does come into place, and I do say when, not if, because I do personally believe, my opinion, that this is inevitable. I think that altcoin, spot ETFs, Cardano, Solana, HBAR, Algorand, Chainlink, the list goes on. I think all of these are inevitable. And this is something I've been talking about before Bitcoin even had a spot ETF approved. If Bitcoin got it, these altcoins are going to get it too. I've been saying that publicly for a long time, and I don't think that's really changed, right? Like, for me at least anyway. Don't forget, you can stake your Cardano ADA to the cheeky crypto stake pool Cheek. The details are in the description of the video. We have 7.73 million ADA delegated with us. Really appreciate everybody that's delegating to the stake pool. It does support the channel, and obviously you do earn rewards from the epochs when you delegate your Cardano ADA. Again, for more details, check out the links in the description of the video. Do your own research, and all the pool performance details are there, so do check that out before taking part. We've got Cardano whales are back. They're buying the ADA dip, and they're buying it hard. And look, I do think that when we see whale activity and we see them buying ADA, I mean, 348 million ADA accumulated in the past 4 days is just remarkable. And I think, again, it is just a sign that ADA is, on a trajectory to some really interesting price points. And I still believe that $7 is the absolute top that we could go to, right? And when I say this, I'm not saying that $7 is guaranteed. Nothing's guaranteed in crypto. I'm not suggesting that it's actually going to happen. What I'm saying is, if you had a road, it was newly tarmacked, there's no divots, no roadblocks, nothing. That is how you would get to $7 for this bull market. I think that's a reasonable expectation based on historically what Cardano ADA has done in the past. But what I would say is it probable? Probably not, but it is possible, right? And what I would say is crypto moves fast. Things can change very, very quickly, and it is possible for some of these altcoins to do thousands upon thousands of percent gains. I believe the last bull run, Cardano ADA rallied 38,000%. So look, I think that there's huge opportunity, and I think with institutions coming in, we should be really interested to see how things go, right? So whales and sharks have been buying. That's a really positive and strong sign for Cardano ADA. Now, don't forget to check out Unity nodes. You can earn crypto rewards by verifying the global telecom grid from your mobile phone. So any mobile phone can obviously earn crypto now, which is fantastic. So one Unity node gets you 200 licenses. You get some staked minutes tokens, some staked world mobile tokens. They're locked for 24 months. But the part that really interests most people is their reward calculator, which indicates that you can earn anywhere up to $19,200 if you're operating all 200 of those licenses. Obviously, this isn't a guaranteed fixed price. It varies month to month, but it is impacted by network performance, market conditions, and operator activity. So just be aware of that. Look, we've got top 3 cryptos to buy as Cardano founder claims ADA will take over Bitcoin before 2030. So what I really wanted to take from this article wasn't necessarily the fact that there's these 3 amazing altcoins. Not really that interested in that. I'm really interested in the fact that Charles Hoskinson is talking about Cardano ADA by 2030 overtaking Bitcoin by market cap. And a lot of people are going to be like scratching their heads thinking, how is this possible? Well, for me, it becomes possible when you have a privacy layer that can bring in, real world business, right? Healthcare and so on. And I've talked about this many times on the videos. It makes it very possible. Whether it happens is another question, and then something else to delve into. But is it possible? The answer to me is yes. Probable. Again, could happen. Will it happen? 2030, I think, is a stretch. Maybe 2035, possibly. But I am of the belief that there will be altcoins that do flip Bitcoin, because Bitcoin's a store of value. Great, but when you bring on all of the money onto the blockchain, I mean, everything, like you're talking quadrillions of dollars, it's not going into Bitcoin, it's going into some altcoins. Not all of the altcoins, but some of the altcoins. And that is the point in which other altcoins flip Bitcoin. And I think it's inevitable, right? I'm going to put my neck on the line, make some bold statements. I think it's inevitable, right? And look, it's going to get a lot of people that are married to their Bitcoin bags a little bit emotional, right? Deal with it. It has been just a month since we shared our roadmap for the global Cardano adoption. Since then, there's been some progress according to this sorry about that. So the dog's upset because the girls are out. But unveiling the next phase of our roadmap for the Cardano adoption: 8-figure ADA for stablecoin liquidity, DeFi liquidity initiative support, $220 million ADA delegation to new DREPs, $10 million plus real world asset launch, if I can get my words out, 2 million ADA to Venture Hub, expand promotion and adoption. And they've got this huge thread. So I'm going to drop the thread into the free educational Discord, link in the description of the video. Do check that out. And then we've got Cardano's Midnight blockchain extension, or is it a rivalry, according to Tap Tools, weighing in. So for me, it's not a rivalry. I think it's definitely something that's going to work alongside Cardano. It's going to be really, really positive. So exciting times. Look, lots to dig into. The dog really wants to be famous. It's been 2 days of this. But anyway, look, I'm going to leave you there. If you enjoyed the dog howling, hit the like button, subscribe, and I will catch you in the next video.